They just gotta keep it going, don't they? Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. It is no secret that my channel is very much against the disgusting practices that Disney upholds on a daily basis, especially when it comes to what is the topic of this article: sexual orientation, gender identity, and also how they have protected alleged pedophiles in the past who worked for them by moving them to different areas so that they cannot be near the victims that they have offended. And I saw this article and I had to cover it. I feel that this is important, that people should be aware of the very much evil practices that Disney continues to push on their guests, and more insidious how they seek to do this to guests' children. So without further ado, let's get into this article from Bounding into Comics. Shout out to John F. Trent, the author of this particular article. Walt Disney Company surveys Disney World guests on sexual orientation, gender identity, and more. A new report shows what I just read as the title. And the news report comes from WDW Pro at that park place and features readers of the website and Walt Disney World guests sharing screenshots of surveys that have been sent after a park visit. Twitter user Doc Epcot revealed he received a survey from Disney Parks following a visit to one of the parks in August. Upon getting to the last question of the survey, he revealed it asks, "Do you or anyone in your travel party identify as a member of the LGBTQIA Sigma Phi Beta Kappa Delta Alpha Omega community?" They are getting way too many of these frickin' shit added to them. But anyway, and this is the questionnaire, apparently, or part of it. In another tweet, the user revealed Disney Parks asks, "Now we'll be asking you for some details about each of the people in your household, including their age and gender. If a child is under the age of 1, record age as 1. It then asks for the survey taker to provide their age before then asking their gender. It then provides 5 options, including man, woman, non-binary, other, prefer to self-describe, and prefer not to answer." This is absolutely absurd, folks. This is disgusting. They are asking for your private identifiable information. As noted above, Epcot also informed WDW Pro that he just took the survey a couple days ago, and our last trip in August included the LGBTQ nonsense. If you or someone you know have visited the Disney World and recently received a survey asking for your gender or your income or anything in your family, please contact me and let me know. Also, if you have screenshots of the survey, we'd love to see it. And Doc Epcot did. Just took the survey a couple days ago. Our last trip in August included the LGBTQ nonsense. An anonymous source informed Bounding into Comics that they, too, received a survey after a visit to Disney's Polynesian village resort in January. But upon trying to take the survey, they were unable to do so given the survey had already been closed. A message noted, "Thank you for responding to our invitation, but this particular survey has been closed. We appreciate your interest and hope you'll choose to participate in future surveys." These surveys come in the wake of Walt Disney Company's aligning themselves with the evil ideology of identity politics. I agree, that is a very evil ideology. And and has morphed into a promotion of transgenderism, and even saw the company promote grooming of elementary school children. Former Disney CPO Bob Chapek positioned the company as pro-grooming during the company's fight with the state of Florida over a bill that banned the instruction of gender identity and sexual orientation to kids in grades kindergarten through third grade. The Parents' Rights Bill. Chapek stated, because this struggle is much bigger than any one bill in any one state, I believe the best way for our company to bring out lasting change is through the inspiring content we produce, the welcoming culture we create, and the diverse community organizations we support. Yeah, except that they've also shown that they have been very biased towards white people and people who are not LGBTQ. He continued, there's a reason as the content is at the top of this list. For nearly a century, our company's stories have opened minds, inspired dreams, shown the world as it is and how we wish it to be, or could be. And now, more than ever before, represent the incredible diversity of our society. We are telling important stories, raising voices, and I believe changing hearts and minds, he added. He would later declare, powerful content that changes hearts and minds only springs from inclusive cultures, which not only attract and retain the best of the most diverse talent, but also give those employees the freedom to bring forth the ideas and reflect their lives and experiences. We must work together to ensure Disney always remains such a place. Except that this sort of ideology is trying to force sexualized education on children in the single digits age, where they absolutely have no way of understanding what that stuff means unless somebody explains it to them, and even then, they won't fully understand it. In a recent video, YouTuber WDW Pro explained Disney's realignment to this evil ideology was the result of Disney CEO Bob Iger attempting to use the company to position himself for a run for president of the United States. WDW details former and now current CEO Robert Iger wished to run in the Democratic primaries a few years ago, and he decided not to. However, in order to run in the Democratic primaries, he would need to move to the left because he had, by and large, acted as a moderate throughout his career. In order to move to the left, given that he ran the Disney company, the way to do so was to move the Disney company to the left, and so he did just that. He continues, the issue is that he hired many people who, in my viewpoint, dogmatically driven, and they are not about improving the guest product. They are not about improving the guest experience. They are not about improving the guest per se, or the business per se, and what its revenues are, but rather they are motivated by sociocultural issues. He hired many because of the people, he hired many of these people, and he instituted a program called Reimagine Tomorrow, Pro Relays. He brought in Carmen Smith to run a new campaign within Walt Disney Imagineering, that is not based on meritocracy, but it is rather based on immutable attributes of people. If anyone needs to understand what that means, it means that people are not selected based on the content of their character or their skills, but rather on things that one cannot change or one is born with. Meaning sexual orientation, or particular lifestyle, or race and whatnot, and gender. He goes on, the problem is once you hire people like that, it is very difficult to remove them, and they continue to make decisions for the company for a long, long time. Another problem is that they hire people, and that is what we've been seeing in Walt Disney Imagineering. The quality of Imagineering has dramatically dropped. we can see that on a plethora of different projects, we can see that from the big stuff all the way down to when they refurbish a hotel now, it tends to look less Disney and looks much more Marriott. No offense to Marriott, but it ain't Disney, he says. With Iger back at the helm, he promised Disney would double down on their evil ideology, saying at a recent town hall for Disney employees, this company has been telling stories for 100 years, and those stories have had a meaningful positive impact on the world. And one of the reasons that they've had a meaningful positive impact is one of our core values is inclusion, acceptance, and tolerance. And we can lose that. Or we can't lose that. We just can't lose that, he repeated. What do you make of Disney's inquiring about sexual orientation and gender identity of their guests? I think that is a gross and pervasive violation of a person's privacy. I think that Disney should be ashamed of themselves. And I think that the people who watch this video should share it out as much as possible, because this is the stuff that you are promoting when you go to places like Disney World, Epcot Center, and their other subsidiary companies and theme parks. You are giving money to these corporations that want to poison the mind of your children, make them think they are the opposite gender, and then speak out against their parents, and then eventually lead to body mutilation that will most likely lead to depression and later on suicide because of regret later on in the future. This is the kind of stuff that Disney is doing. And this is the kind of stuff that they are promoting. This is the kind of stuff that they want your kids to learn about. This is evil, folks. Identity politics is a very evil ideology. I've been saying that long before this article even came out, because Disney has fallen away from the practices of Walt Disney and his family's core values, which were, yes, inclusivity and whatnot. However, it was not promoting the butchering of children and the indoctrination of them in sexualized themes. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I think it is very important that this video be shared out, so if you could, please do so. Thank you all for tuning in. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of this? Do you think, or do you agree? Or do you think that Disney still deserves the money in your pocket? Do you think that you still want to bring your kids to visit this theme park who wants to poison your children's minds? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Have a wonderful night. And always remember, stay humble.